Chad, what's your quote of the week?
My quote of the week comes from Kevin the Schmoll. Sorry.
It makes you so happy.
Yeah, I was just telling JT and Aaron before the pod, nothing makes me happier than teabagging and Call of Duty. It's so stupid and immature, but there's just something that brings out so much joy.
Well, and tell them what your favorite part is.
So, my quote of the week is from Kevin. He's like, all right, down, let's bag him. It's just
so procedural.
These guys in their 30s are just like teabagging high schoolers. Like, here, I'll show you.
Down, let's bag him, Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you can taste it. Like that? You can lick it. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, you like that? Ooh, that's a nice mask. Yeah, that's a nice gold mask. But thank you for my bag. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Dude, you're literally crying. You're crying.
That's just his wife is like in the same room.
Strides, what would you do if your Khaleesi wanted to be open?
I would say, I mean, dude, that would be very, very surprising, dude. Very surprising. But, let's take this hypothetical for a walk. I would say, all right, that sounds chill. Who's the dude? Because there's probably got to be someone in mind. You know what I mean? You don't just say, I want to see someone else. So you got to have a plan, dude. Who's this guy?
Yeah.
Then when I find out who it is, we go out on the paintball course. Me and him, one-on-one. Camp Pendleton. Go to the Vietnam one, dude. I'm not talking SC Village. I don't want coppers. I don't want anything. I want speedball short cars. Me and him, barrel plugs out, dude. Obviously, we have a face mask in. I'm not some sort of animal. Don't want him to lose an eye. And I would fucking light him up, dude. And then my GF would have no choice but to be like, of course, I'm a fucking Dank legend, dude.
Yeah.
I used to do that. I used to not make noise with one of my partners because I was insecure with her a little bit. Just because we had so many friends. I was like, I don't want them to think I come weird.
I make a lot of noise,
So I'd come like this and be like, well, I didn't see you come. I saw you about to come.
Yeah.
And you were like, ha, 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 ha.
Dude, and do you know what I do when I come? It's fucking stone cold, dude.
Dude, you were so full-bodied. But you know what, man?
Yeah, it's everything. It's a little death, as the French say.
Dude, if you could have seen my face when I saw you, like, I was horrified. I was like, I shouldn't be seeing this. I'm being bad. I felt bad.
Yeah, it's my bad, dude. I left the door open.
You did leave the door open in a common space, though.
It's my bad, dude.
You should.
You wanted to get.
I was horning it, dude. That's the thing. Tell this guy that got me extra going.
Dude,
that got me.
Those kids that bagged you.
Yeah.
You should show them how you come.
That is true. I should say, you're lucky I don't bag you. And they go, oh, yeah, what if you did? You know what it would be like?
That is what it's like. It's like you're on a horse and you're trying to get it to go faster after a bandit.
Dude, that's a great call.
Yeah!
And then if I might nut to his,
And then when you go, whoa, 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 whoa. Why do horses understand that noise? What do you think's the best in and out?
Avery. After high school, bro, going after there, a lot of good memories, dude. Our buddy like Ross tackling people in the middle. It's got the split drive through.
He told that guy not to get out of the car.
Yeah.
And then the guy got out of the car.
Big mistake. You don't do that. You don't fucking do that with Rossi, baby. He warned you. That's fair warning.
We got booted one time, too, because that annoying guy, Cole, wouldn't stop drinking.
Yeah, the biggest tool. Like, okay, have you ever, like, aren't the managers, like, the nicest people ever there?
They're always chivalrous, always up front. And
totally. Shithead teenager.
It's a high school late night hang.
Yes.
It's a great one.
Those aren't your best clientele. Let's be honest. You're in high school. You're annoying. You're being loud. I'm guilty of this. I'm pulling my butt out. I want attention. I'm not hooking up with girls. I'm getting laughs. I'm going home. That's how I sleep at night. And management has to deal with that, and they deal with it well. So props to them, dude.
And you're really hard on yourself there.
Yeah, I'm a huge piece of shit.
Dude, I'd say
everything you just said is absolutely true.
I'd say best.
Thanks a lot. Love the podcast.
Fire question. I always look at it to measure my health.
100%.
When you wipe your girlfriend's butt, do you check?
Always, dude. Always. Dude. Oh, dude, that slipped by me, dude. Wipe my GF's butt, dude. I mean, look, dude. I got zinged by JT right there. I'll admit it. Maybe like, dude. Sometimes I'll joke with my GF, like, "Am I your bitch?" And the thing about that joke is like, it's more of like a dead serious question, because she decides a lot of stuff for me and now in my life. Dude, I don't wipe her butt.
Was there a moment when JT told you that he discovered jaying off?
No, because some
Ian and
family
Anthony.
friends of ours, Ian and Anthony, who were older than both of us, they showed us.
Oh, okay.
But I did tell you, remember I caught you.
Yeah, where I was really like too young, and I was like just.
Because they call it because they call it whacking off.
Yeah.
And I walked in on my bro, and he was literally whacking his penis, and he was like, this doesn't feel good. And I was like, well, dude,
Too literal, dude. He's doing it wrong.
And to my credit, I figured that out on my own. Like I was just playing around in there, and I was like, oh, this works.
Yeah.
And then, like the good big brother I was, it wasn't a hands-on demonstration. But I was
No,
like,
he didn't show you. He just described like, hey man, you're not supposed to
Yeah.
do it
Yeah.
that way.
But I felt like a really good big brother that day. I walked out of that room and I was like, I'm a good guy.
When I knew I was going to marry my dank ass fiance, I had this thought while I was just flying, thinking to myself, because I have these thoughts while I fly. I don't do anything else, no headphones in like a maniac. And I thought to myself, I'm going to marry this girl because I had the fantasy of an invading force coming in and me having a cigarette saying, you go somewhere safe. I stay back. I fight. I die.
That's always the move too. Yeah,
That's
because
it.
I think I've told my GF, if something pops off that way, I go, you run, I'll stay behind and die.
Correct.
And also, I don't want you to watch me get my ass kicked.
Yeah, I'm just going to slow him down for a second.
Yeah, I'm just here as like a heavy duty speed bump, giving you a jump start. But don't stick around because my body's gonna flail and things. Like my knees.
I'm going to cry.
You never want your knees to buckle in front of your girlfriend.
I'm gonna try to shoot at one of the zombies or whatever, and then I'm
Gun's gonna jam.
totally jam up. Then I start running. I stub my toe for some reason. I fall down. I'm dead.
You gotta tell this story, dude. I think I've told it before, but I was playing maybe a game that could get mentioned. I was playing the X-Men arcade game, which was dope, and I had to shit, and I just would not leave the video game because I was crushing it. So finally, I'm like at the point of no return. I go up to the front desk and I go, "Hey, I really gotta go to the bathroom." They had a key, so they're like, "Give me the key." I run back to the other side. There's a guy in front of me, and he gets into the bathroom. He's got his kid with him. I go, "Hey, let me in the bathroom with you." He goes, "No, I got it." Closes the door on me, and at this point, I'm like, I'm fucked. So I'm just sitting there like shaking. My eyes start to water up because I know it's coming. I'm like, I'm gonna shit my pants and nickel. I'm gonna shit my pants. Come on, man, open the door. Guy takes like 5 minutes, opens the door. I come in. There's 3 stalls there. Like he had no reason to box me out.
What
I
an
don't know.
asshole, dude.
Yeah, it really called.
And you're
me.
a kid. It's not like you're gonna do anything weird with his kid.
No,
yeah, you were what?
fucking
You were
kid.
like
He just-
third, fourth
I was
grade?
like, yeah, we'd moved, so I was above 9. I was like 9 or 10, and then I get in there, I pull down my pants, and I came so close to making it. Right when I pulled my pants down, I just dropped 3 they dropped like pies. I dropped just 3 loads of shit straight into my jeans and straight down my legs. And now I'm in the stall and I'm just bawling and I'm like, yo, I'm so fucked, dude. I have no idea what to do. I'm just crying my eyes out. We're at like a birthday party with my dad's
my God.
colleague's kid. So the bathroom to the back, it's probably 100 yards to the exit. Something like that. I open the door, pants down, boxers around my ankles, cover my dick, and I waddle sprint from the back of the place out the front. Not that many people noticed. I'm outside crying. My dad comes outside. He's like, I'm like huddled in a corner behind a trash can. He's like, JT, what the fuck happened? Did someone hurt you? And I go, Dad, I shit my pants. And he goes, all right, I'll go get Chris. So tell him what happened to you and Dad.
well, I was in the middle of a game. And he's like, Chris, we have to go right now. I was like, I just remember being like, what? I'm in the middle of a game right now. And then we just got outside.
No, you forget the part. Deck was like, you,
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're like, I don't want to leave. I'm playing a video game. You're like,
falls up,
and then Deck goes, JT shit his pants. and then you turn and you instantly understand. We got to get the hell out of Dodge. We got to get out. We got to go.
I forgot about that.
And my dad made me.
Amazing.
My dad made me. He wouldn't let me sit on the
seat.
on the seat, so I had my hands on the little laundry handle, dry cleaning handle up there, and I held my ass above the seat for the 20-minute drive.
I remember
home.
I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering this, but like a
Amazing, bro.
plastic bag or something.
Yeah, we might have laced the car too. It was pretty hilarious. And Dad was always so nice about that. So he's like, "Look, I've shit my pants before." It happens.
Yeah,
It's the best.
he just goes, "Look, JT, I shit my pants at the fair once," and we all got a good laugh about it. It was really sweet.
And then we got away with it basically scot-free. But the birthday kid, I guess later, he's like, "Yeah, Lebo called." That was when my dad called his buddy. He goes, "Lebo called." I guess Jordan mentioned that someone had shit the bathroom, but I think we're in the clear.
Couple.
Chris, I love it. I love what you just did right there.
All right. Of course you love it.
You know what he did? He bent genre. He took genre.
You have a protege now.
Dude, I want more. I want Matrix glasses, dude.
Whoa,
Some genres are meant to be bent. Others are meant to be broken.
All I'm saying is, dude, you don't sound like an American right now. You don't think Independence Day, 4th of July is a holiday?
Just saying, dude, I'm a fucking patriot, dude.
Move to Canada, bro.
next to you?
Move to Canada.
I bleed red. I jizz white.
Which is totally cool.
I have such a
My
tough.
heart's blue.
I have such a tough. You know what? I still think I'll get this on the way back.
Patriot.
Just white, bro.
I'm going no one was gonna pick this, and I might. Strider, who's your babe of the week?
My baby of the week's gotta be my dank ass fiance, dude.
Nice.
Dude, she's just an absolute beast. Sort of related to our dog, Chris. Recently, Sonny was not crushing his food, and usually he crushes it. He'd like let it sit around till noon, but you got to keep him on a schedule. And we were like watering his food, then I was heating it up, and nothing was working. And then she comes in with this dank ass idea to get fucking chicken broth, dude. And then on top of that, she knows that I get worried because he likes to hop on stuff, and he hops too much, and I'm like, dude, like one of my biggest fears is like he's gonna tear an ACL or like not be springy anymore.
So your fears.
Dude, exactly. I'm projecting on him, dude. I'm like, fuck, man, he's not gonna be able to have a good season this year. And turns out the broth that she got is also hip and joint, and she puts it in there. She didn't even tell me. And then she goes, then I look at the box and I go, this is hip and joint. She goes, I knew you'd like that. And I go, what? Come here.
Nice,
Fucking
dude.
legit, dude. So she's just a beast, dude.
I like the core conflict in this song because your problem is that you fuck too much.
It's a great issue to have.
And I think that's the best problem you can have.
Yeah.
And these guys are.
We've all been there.
These guys are dealing with it, but they're clearly pumped up about it.
yeah.
We've all been there.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Son, when I was 18, I went to Costa Rica to teach English to some of the youth there, and my parents paid for it. And I went to Costa Rica and I was teaching kids, mostly kindergartners, and they were super sweet. But sometimes I'd have to teach junior high kids, and I was kind of like their sports coach too. So I'd get them to like play soccer with each other, or like play dodgeball. But one time I went to a junior high, so it was like all these kids 12 to 14, and it was me and my buddy, and we were both trying to coach them in like some games, and they were being really difficult, and they were like arguing with us and making fun of us, and I was on like steroids at the time, so I was pretty jacked, and they kept making fun of me for being jacked. They're like, "Ew, gordo," and like flexing in my face, and I was like, "Hey, stop! Like, just get in like your guys' positions where I told you to be, and let's play some dodgeball." And they were like, "No, screw you," and they were all like running up and like grabbing at me and messing with me, and I started to get mad, and I like threatened them, like I was like, "Stop, or I'm gonna get pissed," and then. That doesn't work with kids. They just see weakness when you do that. So then they got more wild. Like I was just giving them more reason and energy to be crazy. And so they kept messing with me and effing with me. And then they started taking the balls and kind of like throwing them at me. And instead of being mature and just like walking away, I started like throwing the balls back. And I was like trying to be stronger than like these 13-year-old kids. And I was like hucking them at them. But again, like that, I thought I could just beat them by being stronger. Life doesn't work that way. And so they just started getting gnarlier and gnarlier. And then they were all pegging me with balls and they were all making fun of me. And it finally got too much for me to handle. My feelings were so hurt that I grabbed one of the rubber balls that are pretty hard. I ran straight up to the main ringleader kid who was being mean, and when he wasn't looking, I cocked back and I fired the ball off his face from about 2 feet. And I really wrecked him. And he didn't like cry. He just went into a place of like frozen shock, like he didn't know what to do. But I could see I really discombobulated him.
You fucked him up.
And when I looked up, the principal of the school was just staring at me with bewilderment, like, what is going on here? And I was like, oh my God, dude. You could have probably handled this situation better, Par. Instead of teaching them English or teaching them like sports, I was fighting with them physically. And I hope that kid, his face is all right. He seemed all right. But, you know.
You stung him.
Yeah, I mean, I fucking ran straight up. And after I threw the ball at his face, I was like, ah! Ah! Like jacked. Like I was like, yes! How you like that? And then I looked up and I saw the principal, and the principal was like literally right after I threw the ball off the kid's face, I was like, yeah! And then I looked up and this principal was just looking at me like, not even like gonna fire me. He's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You're a teacher. Why are you jacked up after hurting a 13-year-old kid? And I was like, because he wouldn't stop making fun of me for having big muscles, and no one makes fun of me for working out. I'm trying to be nice. Like when you're trying to be nice and people are just like making fun of you and you're like, dude, I'm sacrificing. Like honor that. Like that's where that's when my anger really does get the best of me. When I'm being nice and I know I'm being nice, and then people don't treat that kindness as a choice, they treat it as a weakness. That's when I start hurting kids.
Dude, I could see the roided out version of you just beaming this kid in the head.
Dude, when I ran at him, I was just like striding across the playground. I was like, ah! And I came up and like I didn't chest pass it off his face. Like I reached back as far as my arm would go, and with all the force I could generate, I just unleashed a heavy rubber ball straight off the meat of his face. And went, dude, it's funny too because the kids were throwing balls at us, and then me and my buddy who were teaching, like we were back to back just hurling rubber balls at 13 and 14-year-old kids. Like whenever I'd be like, reload me, he'd throw me a ball. Like we thought we were literally like trying to survive.